Nah, I got that high speed internet.
Yeah, that's right. I see the chat. I see y'all rocking. I see y'all coming. Hit that like button as you enter the building. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Show your love. Show your support. You know what I'm saying? This that dope soul. This that new thing. Nobody don't know about it.
Hello, Knick family. Welcome to Stats and Storylines, which is the weekly pregame show that we're going to try to get off the ground consistently every Monday night. And this is the show where we go over the Knicks opponents for the week. Where they are compared to the Knicks statistically, offensively, defensively, matchups, keys to victory, things of that sort. You guys that are in the chat, you're welcome to, join in. Any content creators out there who wants to join the show, you definitely can. Though tonight we're trying to keep it to an hour. The Knicks played Toronto Tuesday in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. If we win that game, we play the winner of the Miami-Orlando game that same night. If we lose, we play the loser, of that game as well. So, Ajay, I'm sorry. I'm joined by my co-host, Ajay, the villain, Green Lantern, Hollywood. How are you?
I'm all right, Queen. How are you? And apologies for being late. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. The 7:30 came and when I didn't even notice. So
no worries. Yeah. No worries. We about to get into it, but everything is good.
Everything's good, man. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's talk about the Knicks. We coming off a big win.
Yes,
very satisfying. Some things still need to be tweaked and fixed, but still, we came up with the dub.
Absolutely. All right. So Tuesday we played Toronto Raptors, 8 p.m. in Toronto. Saturday we're playing, like we said, either Miami or Orlando. They play each other Tuesday night, and like we just said, if we win against Toronto, we'll play the winner of that game. If we lose against Toronto, we'll play the loser of that game. But before we even get into the opponent, let's just talk about our Knicks. 16-7 on the season, second in the Eastern Conference, 8-2 over our last 10. We've won our last 3 games with 13-1 at home, with 3-6 on the road. And hopefully, we'll get an opportunity tomorrow to kind of start turning the tide as far as playing on the road is concerned. All right, these are the storylines surrounding the Knicks. OG Anunoby is back, and Ajay, I'm interested in your opinion on how he's looked the past 2 games that he's been back. McBride, obviously injured his left ankle. The X-rays were negative. The MRI, unless something happened within the last 2 to 3 hours, they're waiting for the results. But he is out Tuesday, so he will not be playing in the game versus Toronto. We'll talk about this later on. I think the Knicks' defensive woes are a little overstated. I talked about that a little bit on the recap and reaction show with Geoff earlier today. And the Knicks are forming their offensive identity. I thought they did a really, really good job against Orlando. But Ajay, talk to me a little bit about Anunoby since he's been back. And I know you've been pretty adamant about the Knicks needing to get better defensively. So also talk about what you've seen over the past few games.
So the past, not even few, but the past couple of games since he's been back, right? And he's been back. The first game, he wasn't, like, you could see that he was trying to get his rhythm, trying to get in the groove, trying to get synced up with the rest of the team. But by the second game against Orlando, it was a huge difference, right? The defense obviously was better with him on the court. Of course, you had all our best defensive players now were part of the team. So we're talking about OG Anunoby, Deuce McBride, even though we lost Deuce, but Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson, and then Ariel Hawkporty, very active on the defensive end, and so was Yabusele. So I don't know, maybe that's the catalyst, the one drop we need, to make the whole thing go pop. You know what I'm saying when it comes to defense. But he is he played tremendous defense and offense. Like he played tremendous. He played on both ends of the court yesterday. Like he was all over the place, and he was very aggressive on both ends of the court. So. It makes a huge difference having him on the court. Hopefully, I can see. Well, Karl Anthony Towns didn't play yesterday. I just want to point that out. That we have. I guess we had more defensive-minded guys out there and Brunson maybe might have been the only one,
Mhm.
the only weak defender, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
But defense was really good yesterday. It was excellent. It was surprising and refreshing to see. OG Ananobi, obviously, he's getting his legs up under him, so he's getting back into game shape faster than you'd expect for somebody who's been out a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
was pretty refreshing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm encouraged by the Knicks, the potential for the Knicks defense. But OG Ananobi, to your point, is such a huge part of that. And Mitchell Robinson rounding into shape is a huge part of that. The last few games, Mitchell Robinson has looked more like himself as well. A bit concerned about Deuce McBride. He's a big part of the point of attack defense that allows Mikal Bridges to play off the ball and kind of roam and play the wings and kind
Absolutely.
of get steals and get in the lane.
Hmm.
Without that, we'll probably see him on the ball, on the ball more. Um, because behind that, now we are, and we're looking at Kolick, right? We're looking at more Kolick and more, um, you
Hogport.
know, yes, but particularly from McBride, I think we're looking at a more Kolick and or Clarkson
Hmm.
minutes to kind of make up for that. But you're saying that maybe,
But I don't necessarily think that Mike Brown's going to do that. I think it like you won't see. I'm sure you'll probably see a little uptick in Kolick and Clarkson's minutes, but I think Josh Hart's going to eat up a lot of those minutes, and probably Mikal Bridges is going to eat up a lot of those minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily see Kolick playing 20 minutes a game. So
yeah, yeah, that was my question to you. Actually, did you think that he would just increase the minutes of of the starters
he, he
or those two?
he'll spread it. He'll spread it, and I think again, and I think we mentioned that on the show on Thursday. I like Mike Brown's flexibility, right? He won't stick to one thing, and then that's that.
Right.
He'll change it up, and he'll probably also change it depending on who we're playing, like who the opponent is.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I like that flexibility in him.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's again, I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I like the fact that he's willing to try something different, right? It's not like, all right, this guy's out, so we Kolick eats up his minutes. And then all the other guys, you don't want to change their minutes, you don't want to change their habits. Nah. All the players are flexible. Josh Hart's gonna play more minutes. Probably Clarkson's gonna play more minutes, Kolick's gonna play more minutes. So he's gonna spread it out. Depending on what we need. If there's a situation where you need a rebound or you need shooting, it's going to be a different guy.
Right. Right.
So
All right. So let's get into this. So we play Toronto tomorrow, Tuesday in Toronto. They're 15-10. They're fourth in the Eastern Conference. They're 5-5 over their last 10, still maintaining fourth. They lost their last three games. They lost to Boston Sunday, and they got blown out by Charlotte the game before that. They are without RJ Barrett, who's a big part of what they do. 8-5 at home, 7-5 away from home. In terms of starters, I'm not sure. Let me know in the chat if you heard anything about Karl Anthony Towns. Have you, Ajay, whether or not he'll be back
no, I haven't
Tuesday?
heard that whether he'd be back or not.
All right. So if he's not, it'll be Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Ananobi, and Mitchell Robinson. I put a question mark because if Karl Anthony Towns is back, Karl Anthony Towns will be in the starting lineup. For Toronto Raptors is Emmanuel Quickly, Jacoby Walter, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Jacob Portal. RJ Barrett is day to day. He's been out since November 23rd. He may have been ruled out for tomorrow. Um, I'm not quite I'm not quite sure about that, but they have definitely struggled in his absence.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, they've lost five of their last six. Actually, by the way, Barnes is really playing well for them. He's really upped his game. 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5.3 assists. But really, it's the shooting. 50.1% from the field, almost 40% from the 3-point line. Like that was an Achilles heel of his. And then he's also shooting 85% from the line, though he's getting there a little less than last year
Hmm.
at 4. But defensively, he's similar to Mikal Bridges, 1.4 steals a game, 1.6 blocks a game, like really playing well. Ingram is healthy. He hasn't missed a game. Listen, we've played them, we've played them once already. What do you want to see? What do you want to see versus um, Toronto? And what are your keys to winning that game?
So the keys to winning that game is right off the bat, you got to play tough defense with them. Okay, you got to play because they're going to come in and play tough defense. This is one of the team. The Raptors are one of those young team that play tough or try to play tough and try to body the Knicks. And they tried that the last time, but because we were able to score and like they kind of went away from that as the game went on. But they're gonna come with that same mindset and try to bully the Knicks and try to intimidate the Knicks. So the Knicks have to come out as aggressive on offense and on defense. You know what I'm saying? So attack them on offense and then attack them on defense. You set the tone. Don't let them set the tone. Because
Right.
you let them set the tone. They're at home. They're coming for a revenge game. This is the NBA Cup. This is very important. You know, as a young team, they want to get there. They want to hit that accomplishment, you know, and it means a lot to them. So they're gonna come with the mindset of this is like almost like a playoff. Well, it is a playoff game for that, you know, for that in-season tournament. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna come up with that mindset, like it's gonna be a dogfight. Don't take anything for granted, and don't think because we beat him a few games ago that it's gonna be a rollover. It's not gonna be a rollover. These guys, they're coming to play, okay? And we going into their arena. We got to go in with the mindset that we coming in here. You know, it's gonna be a hostile environment. We got to go in there ready to confront that and to play. Okay,
Yeah. And not only that, Ajay, they've lost 3 straight.
they
So
lost
there's
three
going to
straight.
be a sense of urge. They might not even care about the cup at this point. They just feel like we got to get a win. We have to get off, we have to get off this
Yeah,
3-game,
yeah,
3-game
because
losing
they
streak.
had a very long winning streak. Well, very long, you know,
Yes.
for them, you know,
Yes.
in the past couple of years, they haven't had that cut. So they had a long win streak. And then, like you said, they were 5-5 the last 10 games and then lost the last 3 games. So, yeah, they coming in here to get a win. Okay, so it's not gonna be an easy game. I'm sure Mike Brown is telling the troops that it ain't gonna be an easy game.
Yeah. Yeah. They are. So I'm putting the stats up for for reference. We're not going to go over each and every stats, but the it's there as a reference. But what I wanted to point out is that where they're really good, how they like to score, the Knicks are good defensively there. So, for example, they're number 6 in terms of points in the paint. The
Mhm.
Knicks are number 4 in opponent points in the paint. They're number 1 in fast break points. The Knicks are number 7 in opponent fast break points. They don't take a lot of threes. They're 27th in the league in 3-point attempts, which is great. And they're also 20th in 3-point percentage, which is good because the Knicks are just not a good team as far as
Defending it.
3-point efficiency. They're just not. But the Knicks are number 2 in second chance points, and they're 16th in opponent second chance point. And I think that's where the Knicks have the advantage. Even if Carl Anthony Town, doesn't play, you have Josh Hart. Obviously, you have Mitchell Robinson. Huck Porty has been giving us good minutes, and Mike Brown has really been stressing second chance points. The sense I'm getting is that 3-point attempts and second chance points is part of our formula for winning, right? We take 45% of our shots, if I'm not mistaken, are from the 3-point line.
Hmm.
45%. But I don't think we have an advantage there because they're number 3 in opponent field goal percentage. Like they really get out there and they're long. Right? You got Scotty Barnes with like, I don't know what, 17-foot wingspan. You got Brandon Ingram with like a 20-foot, um, wingspan. You got even Quickly, who's not that tall with 17-foot
Yeah.
wingspan, right? So they
Yep.
they really contest the 3-point shot. Listen, the Knicks, that's their identity. They're gonna continue to put it up. I'm not sure if the advantage is there, but definitely um second chance opportunities, they should be able to make hay. And if Carl Anthony Towns plays tomorrow, they don't have anybody for him. So if
Well,
he's able to play, that should be an advantage. Um, also,
should be, but last time we played them, they had Scotty Barnes, and like he didn't really. I mean, he checked Cat, made him uncomfortable a little bit,
Mhm.
but that to me that shouldn't happen. Like Carl Anthony Town, that should be advantage Knicks. If they put
Mhm.
Scotty, and Scotty Barnes is a very good defender. He's very athletic, but Cat with the talent, with Cat's talent, man, his ability to score, he really should be able to eat up on that. So let's see what happens. We don't know if he's playing, if Cat's playing. So, and if he is, it's going to be an advantage, and we got to go to him. We got to keep feeding him. You know, um, you know, to take care for the advantage.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Any matchups you're interested in? Any concerns about this matchup at all?
I don't. You have the lineups ready?
Sure, I
If
can. I
you
can
could
go
pull that.
back
I know.
to. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of interesting matchups here, but I could tell you where, like, so. Of course, Brunson and IQ is going to be a good matchup, right? And that could really determine who wins that game. Like whoever's hot in that matchup is probably gonna win that game. And we know quickly, that's our guy. We know how he goes. He could, if he's hot, he's hot, man. There's not much you could do. And Bronson, but I don't know. The thing is, if he's bringing up the ball, I don't know if Bronson would be guarding him.
No. Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
probably be Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. We probably hide Brunson on Portal or something. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
We have to hide. And listen, Brunson is going to have to probably Scotty Barnes may be on him. At times, like Scotty Barnes is their all defensive player. I know the coach is thinking that he could be defensive player of the year. He said he guards 1 through 5. And so he may find some time on Brunson as well.
I don't know if defensive player of the year yet, but he is a very good defender. Um, but
He's
but the thing is, we don't know what the matchups are going to be, because wherever they start, they look for the mismatch.
right.
They pick the mismatch, right? So uh Josh Hart, Brendan Ingram, I don't know if that's a good one for us. And
I mean, these are the starters. I'm not sure if they'll be
like,
matched up.
yeah. Well, I
I don't
mean,
think they'll
but
be
but
matched
but, you,
up.
but there's certain things Francis, if Mitch starts, him and Jacob Puddles, that's gonna be they're gonna be,
Right.
arm in arms. They're gonna be locked in. That's gonna be, one's gonna cancel the other one out, right? But then OG, I don't know if they're gonna have OG on. That's the problem, right? Because you would want OG on Scotty Barnes, but you would also want him on Brandon Ingram's, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what Mike Brown's gonna do on that one.
I thought Mikal Bridges did a really good job on Brandon Ingram in the first
Yes,
in,
he
in
did.
that first meeting.
Yes, he
No,
did.
Brandon Ingram he'll take the 3-point shot. I'm not sure how many 3-point attempts he's taking per game, but
Mhm.
that's not his thing. Jerrell said, shout out to Jerrell. I've seen Toronto fans talking really bad about Ingram, mainly because he's only shooting 32% from the 3-point from three. He's either scoring from the mid range or not at all. But listen, you know what you you know what you getting when you getting Brandon Ingram anyway, right? He's not a 3-point
Uh,
he's
To,
not a
to,
3-point
to
shooter.
me, it's like, what's wrong with that? I mean, if he's scoring from the mid range, he's scoring, right? I mean,
Yeah, but there's this thought philosophy that it's an inefficient shot. Either score at the rim or
no,
take a 3-point shot.
it's inefficient if you're not hitting it. But if you're good, like I have no problem with Mikal Bridges hitting that mid range. He almost can't miss from there. To me, that's a shot I want him to take all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
don't
not
disagree.
like overall, yeah, it's probably best to take a 3-point or whatever. But if that particular player is hitting that mid range, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Name of the game is score, like whichever way you're scoring, right? Like if you're scoring with the mid range, just go with it.
Yeah.
If you're good at it, just do that. You know,
Yeah. 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 I think it's going to be a dogfight tomorrow. you
absolutely.
know, even though they're without RJ Barrett, even though they've won, that makes them more dangerous when you lose 3 in a row, because
Mhm.
that sense of urgency is there from the beginning. You're not going to catch this team sleeping.
Queen, everything is lined up for them to come out the gate like to hit the ground running. Right? They lost 3 games in a row. We beat them the last time. Right? Division rival. You know, and it's the NBA Cup. I mean, everything's lined up. For them to come out and try to play real hard and to play well tomorrow.
Yeah. And this is a team that, you know, scores in the paint and scores in transition.
Hmm.
Two areas in which the Knicks have been, at least up to this point, top 10 in, and maybe even top. Yeah, I don't have it right in front of me. So this is not a team that's going to come out and shoot a lot of threes, which is great for us because that's not a strength of ours, right? They're going
Hmm.
to try to play in the paint. They're going to try to, score off the fast break. The Knicks have been pretty good this season in limiting points in the paint and fast break points, and they're going to need to be on point tomorrow. Now we're without Miles McBride. Is a big part of what we do, but you know we'll make up for it.
We'll make
Um,
up for it. I mean, they're gonna make up for RJ Barrett if he doesn't play, right? So we have to figure it out.
yeah,
And but I do hope Cat plays. You don't want to be without two of your, or you don't want to be without Deuce and Cat. You want to have one of them.
yeah.
But hey,
Shout out
man,
to T3 and D. Not sure if this is your first time. If it is, welcome. If not, welcome back. He said Brandon Ingram is still efficient scorer. He can get 20 points per game easy. I mean, he
100%
can. I just love that we have Bridges in
OG.
OG now. I am so happy um that we do. All right, let's move on to we'll cover both Miami or Orlando. I don't know which one we'll be playing. But right now, Miami is 14-10. They're sixth in the Eastern Conference, 6-4 over their last 10. They've also lost their last 3 games.
Ugh.
10-3 at home, 4-7 on the road. Now they're dealing with injuries. So who knows? Mitch, Carl Anthony Towns, we went over this. I'm not sure what's happening with the Knicks, particularly by Saturday. Both teams may be fully healthy by that time. But Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, Khalil Ware, both Davion Mitchell and Tyler Hero were out. Reports are that both are back in practice, back practicing. Davion Mitchell, should play tomorrow against Orlando. They're not sure about Hero. Still fastest pace in the association. They struggled versus the zone against Sacramento the last game that they lost. And as we know, Mike Brown has not, he's pulled out the zone. Not a lot, but he has. And so, it's possible when we play Miami
We see
that
some zone.
we may see some zone.
Yeah.
Um, just, thoughts on that potential, um, thoughts on that potential matchup. What do you want to see versus Miami if we do play them? What's the key to winning that game? Any matchups you're looking forward to?
So, Queen, you know how I feel about Miami. And the way Orlando's been pounding on us, I'm starting to feel the same way about Orlando too. I have a problem with them Florida
The
teams.
Florida teams, right?
But Miami, man, Miami's an enigma, man. You look at the players, like you look at this team on paper, you're like, we should be able to beat this team, right? Until you see them on the court, and then you blink and they're leading by like 15 points. You don't know how they do it, but they do it. The last time we played them, Bam Adebayo didn't play, if I remember correctly, right? So we were
At
able
least
to.
one of those. Mhm.
I'm sorry.
He missed at least one of those games because we've played them twice, I believe.
I think he missed the second one.
Okay.
I don't. I don't remember. Did he? I think he played the first one. Yes, he played the first. He didn't have a great game, but he played the first one. He was not there at all the second game,
Mhm.
the game we won. All right. And listen, tomorrow we're gonna see them. Like you said, they have some guys that might be out. We have guys that might be out. I would love to see both teams full strength going at it, so you could have like a better feel, like a better way to gauge where we're at and where I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care where they at, but I want to know where we're at. Like when we're playing these teams that are not necessarily championship teams, but teams that we have a hard time with. Their level of athleticism, physicality, their speed, and their basketball IQs. They have a great coach that got them playing exactly the way he wants to. You want to play those teams because you want to measure up to them, right? And
Right.
of course, it's a little bit more important. It's not just a regular season game; it's the NBA Cup, so that it ups the level a little bit. Not that we need to be, because every time we play Miami, no matter, like, both teams could be eliminated, we playing them. It's still like a playoff,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward I'm hoping we get to, like, either way. We got to play one of those teams, right? We're gonna play either Miami or Orlando, and I'm looking forward to both of them, because those are exactly the kind of teams that give us problems, you know. Along with Detroit, but we haven't played Detroit yet this season. But you want to play those young, athletic, fast teams, that are coming at you, that constantly coming at you, like full speed and full strength, high flying, because it helps you understand where we're at. And it helps the coaching staff understand where we're at. So for Miami, of course, Bam Adebayo is always a problem. Okay. No matter who we have in a lineup, no matter, how we play, who we play, when we play, he's always a problem. Um, I, if Cat plays, and of course we have Mitchell Robinson, so it could be an advantage that if we have the two big men lineup when we play them, because they have Khalil Ware, who's also very good. So you're guessing he'd be matched up with Mitch, and Cat would be with Bam Adebayo, and that could go either way. It could be that Bam's having a good night and he's playing much better than Cat, or it could be the other way around. One of those nights where Cat is unstoppable, get Bam in foul trouble, and so on and so forth. We've seen it happen both ways with those teams. You
Yeah.
know,
They are 13 in offensive rating, 115.4 points per 100 possessions, sixth in defensive rating, 10th in net rating. Not a really good um, defensive team.
hmm
Not a really good rebounding team. So you would think that the Knicks would have an advantage in second chance points, but they're actually number two in opponent second chance points. They don't give up a lot of second chance points. I think where the Knicks' advantage is going to be is, with the threes. The Knicks are number six in 3-point attempts. They're number five in 3-point percentage. And Miami is number 17 in opponent 3-point percentage. They just don't, I'm not going to say they don't defend it as well, but teams are
they get
hitting,
their way. Yeah.
yeah, teams are hitting their shots. So I think that's where the Knicks have the advantage. They're number 2 points in the paint. Again, the Knicks are number 4 in opponent points in the paint. They really limit opponent points. They're number 3. Between Toronto, Orlando, and Miami, those teams are number 1, 2, and 3 in fast break points.
Wow.
Yeah, they like to score out in transition. All three of them. And the Knicks are number 7 in opponent fast break points. Let's see where they are after facing two
Yeah.
of these
Oh,
two
man.
of these three teams. They're also number 6 in points off turnovers. They really take advantage of teams' turnovers. The Knicks don't turn it over a lot,
Mhm.
and the Knicks are also number 4 in opponent points off turnovers, and that could probably be because they don't turn it over.
There's
Um,
a lot of similarities between those teams, man.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And they're number 9 in free throw attempts. What I will say I thought was interesting with Miami, they're number 20, they're 21st in 3-point attempts, but they're number 6 in efficiency. It reminds me of last year's team, right?
Mhm.
Where we were a good 3-point shooting team, but we just didn't put up enough shots.
Mhm.
That's what Miami, at least from the stats, that's what it looks like. But because the Knicks are not a good team in defending the three, I wouldn't be surprised if Miami puts up more threes if we do face them as part of their strategy. Against this team, put up more threes.
Right.
you know, they're gonna give it to you. You have an opportunity.
You're gonna be,
Um,
and that's the thing with the NBA, man. You leave these guys open for three, man, they get hot. And and you leave Powell open from three, man. He will eat. He will feast all night on that if you leave him open.
yeah.
You
Did he
know.
shoot that? Did he shoot that great last?
No, the second game against us, no, he didn't. The first game he did.
Okay.
The second game, I don't know who was on him, and somebody locked him up. Either I don't know, but he wasn't having a good game.
Yeah. I do. I wanted to point this out. Just the Knicks. The Knicks are number 2 in offensive rating, number 5 in points per game, number 3 in field goal attempts. That's a big part of our identity, getting up more shots than the other team.
Hmm.
91.3 shots per game, number 12 in field goal percentage. And like I just mentioned, 6 in 3-point attempts, 5 in 3-point percentage. We don't get to the line a lot, and that's because we just don't play inside. We take, again, 45% of our shots are from the 3-point line. We're
Right.
21 in points in the paint in the NBA. It's just not our identity. 16 in fast break points, 16th in points off turnovers, second in second chance points. So that 3-point shot, getting second opportunities, that's the Knicks. And even though we shoot well from the line, ninth in the lead at 80.7, we just don't get there enough. Um, that's just not what we do. And look at Miami, second in points in the paint, third in fast break points, sixth in points off turnovers, as I mentioned before, number 1 in field goal attempts, number 11 in field goal percentage. I mean, now they haven't been Sacramento slowed them down with the zone. Hopefully, we'll do the same. They didn't respond as well. Let's see if we do play them, if that'll be, part of um the game plan. And this is just a defensive slide, just where the Knicks rank defensively, where Miami ranks defensively. And that's why I said what's not here, and I'll figure out how to get my hand on the Knicks pick and roll defense stats. But if you look at it, other than opponent 3-point percentage, where the Knicks are ranked 20th, everywhere else, opponent field goal percentage 6, opponent points in the paint 4, opponent 7, opponent second chance 5, opponent points. Like, there's different aspects to defense, and overall defensive rating is 13. That's how many points they give up per 100 possessions. I didn't put the numbers in there. Let me know in the chat whether you like clean slides like this, where it just gives you the position, where the Knicks rank, or if you look at the top of this slide, it could look a little messy, where you do have the rank, and in parentheses you have the actual numbers, but it could look a little messy. But let me know. I don't mind filling it out if you feel like, that gives you more information. This is definitely cleaner. This is definitely cleaner, though. So I say all of that to say there are some parts of defense where I think the Knicks are doing okay. And,
Hopefully they get better.
and hopefully, right, and hopefully they get better. All right, let's move on to Orlando. Let's see where we are. Again, we don't know what's going on. There we go. We don't know whether we're playing Miami or Orlando Saturday. And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If we win, we play Saturday in Las Vegas against whoever wins. But if we lose, we're going to play the loser of that game. It won't be in Las Vegas. And I'm not sure it's not going to even be Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it'll be later on in the year. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But okay. Orlando 14-10 in the Eastern Conference, 15th, fifth place in the Eastern Conference, 14-10 overall, 7-3 they last 10. They lost their last game against our New York Knicks. 9-4 at home, 5-6 on the road. We just saw them. So Franz Wagner has a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks. I'm guessing Tristan Da Silva will be in the starting lineup. That's why I put a question mark there. You know, who knows? But we just played them. We kind of know, Jalen Suggs is going to be on Jalen Brunson, right? Like, yeah.
Or Anthony Black, and Anthony Black could
Or
start too,
Anthony
because
Black.
those guys are long. Anthony Black he's
He's
a
like
guard, but he's like
6'6", right? 6'4", 6'6".
6'7". This guy's long, man. I mean, he's not built like strong, but he's very good. I don't know. I'll check his height. I'll check how tall he is. But
He's like 6'6", if I'm not mistaken. So you're right. They may even go three guards. And with us starting, Josh Hart, yeah, who's what, 6'4", 6'5".
Yep.
Yeah, they
6'4".
can definitely do that. Banchero was back after 10 games out, right? So I think when we played them, that was his second game back, if I'm not mistaken. I just talked about Wagner and the ankle sprain. And they've actually won the season series versus the Knicks. So if there's a tie, the season series, there's multiple tiebreakers. I'm not sure if head to head, I think is the first one. Look at Sherwin. He said Black is listed at 6'7", so they may even go three guards.
Yeah.
Right. But even though we won the last game, they won the first two. I think we only played them 3 times. If we do play them, I don't think that goes toward the season series. Yeah. Thank you, Benji. Appreciate you joining us today. So the home game would be Sunday, December 14th. Right. So if we lost, and whoever lost the game between Miami and Orlando, we would play them at home on Sunday, December 14th. Thank you for that, Benji. Appreciate you rocking with us today. I don't even want to talk about Orlando. I feel like Geoff and I talked about them so much this morning. We just played them. Anyway, what do you want to see versus this Orlando team if we play them? We just played them. What do you think we would need to shore up and do better? It was just a 6-point game, but they kind of caught up in the end. It was more like a 10-point game.
Yeah,
right?
like before what we want to see. Let's chat about that game a little bit, man. That was a huge win for us. A team that obviously is giving us problems with their physicality and their athleticism, and we're able to pull it off. So we pretty much start pulling away in the third quarter. Towards the end of the third quarter, and we kept on pounding and kept on going. So I thought it was a great win for the Knicks. And they're playing us again if they do play us again, they're gonna make some adjustments. So we have to be prepared to adjust to these adjustments. Okay, so I don't know what they're gonna adjust to. I don't know what they're looking at. We just had good game all around, right? We had very good defensive effort from our guys, and we were on offense. We were pretty efficient, and of course the rebounding is always there. For some reason, we rebounded better than they did. At least that's what the eye test. I'm not looking at the stats. Eye test is telling me that we had a better rebounding game than they did.
I think we were +4, +5.
+4, okay. Which is kind of surprising because they have guys who can rebound.
Right.
They're
a very good rebounding team, just like the Knicks.
Yeah.
Very good offensive rebounding team.
Right.
Especially very good defensive rebounding team.
Yeah, especially without Cat in there, because without Cat in there, you lose a lot of rebounds. But shout out to Ariel Hawkporty and Yabusele. Those guys helped on the board. Helped on.
He got it. Yabusele had 1 rebound. Ajay had to throw him in there, though.
Did he only have 1 rebound?
No, yeah.
Oh, because I feel like he did more.
But Robinson had 13. Hart had 12. He said, "Shout out to Yabusele."
No, but see, we expect that from Mitch and Josh Hart. There's nothing new there. But the guys who don't normally do it, yeah, you got to give them a little shout out, like a little, a little pat on the back so they could keep the effort going. And listen, these guys, they're gonna make adjustments if we do play them again. You know, especially if we back healthy. I expect us to play them tough, play them hard the way we played them the other day, and come up, come out on top, man. We need that for our confidence. The team really needs that. We need to know that you know, we could play with that type of team because we're Queen. We're gonna bump into one or two of those teams in the playoffs. So we need to get this thing going.
Yeah.
We need
Even
to
if it
figure
doesn't count for the season series, if you beat
it.
them and it's 2-2, you feel pretty good about,
Well,
about yourself
it
playing
doesn't
them.
count for the season series, but it counts towards your record. So
Yes.
so you got to
Mhm.
play. You got to play. You got to build confidence against those kind of teams. You got to remember, Detroit's it's not far behind. We have not played Detroit Pistons yet, and that's just the same kind of team, but better.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So we need to figure out how to play those teams and how to win against those teams.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think we saw last night that the Knicks' advantage against Orlando is not second chance points. Again, a big part of what we do, we're number two. They're also number two in opponent's second chance points. And that was on display last night. I think the Knicks had 15 offensive rebounds, um, and like 17 points or something, something of that. So, and vice versa. I think they had, I don't know, 12 offensive rebounds for 15 points or something. That's not where the advantage is. For the Knicks, is the 3-point shooting. They're number
Mhm.
17 in opponent 3-point percentage, but the Knicks could not hit the side of the barn last night.
Yeah.
Um, below their average, below league average. It just so happens that Orlando was much worse. But that's not their game. They're 25th in 3-point attempts, 27 in 3-point percentage. That's not their game.
Hmm.
They're similar to Miami, similar to Toronto, points in the paint, fast breaks. That's what they like to do. Um, I don't really care who I see between them, whether we see Miami again, whether we see Orlando. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm with you. I just like to see the Knicks play good teams
Yeah.
to get a sense of where we are and how we're growing and how we need to
How we need to
um
adjust.
how we need to adjust
Yeah.
and how we need to get better.
Yeah. I don't want to play Jersey and Charlotte like all season.
No.
So
Where you win 55 games or something like that and you come to the playoffs, it's just like a fart in a dust storm. Like, yo,
yeah.
what's going on here?
Yep.
You know, play those good teams, you know. All right. Anything on these three teams, anything on the Knicks themselves before I get to the chat?
Listen, on paper, I feel like we have an advantage, but like you say all the time, Queen, the game is not played on paper, right? It plays on the court. Once that jump ball, when that ball goes up in the air, boom, that's when it starts, right? Um, I mean, I think we have the talent to beat the Raptors and either Miami or Orlando, whoever come our way. Um, but again, it's going to depend on the effort that we put forth, right? The effort to counter that physicality and to counter that athleticism. We probably have more mature, better players, guys who know what they're doing a little, more than those guys. But listen, neither one of those teams is a team you're gonna that's gonna roll over and let you beat them. You're gonna have to fight for whichever team you play in. You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to play hard to beat them. Okay, so it's gonna be a very exciting week. So I don't care who we play. It's just gonna be like, two excellent games to watch.
Yeah, and even though Toronto is 5-5 over their last 10 and have lost 3 straight, I think that's gonna be a good game and a good test for
Absolutely,
us as well.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so looking forward to that. All right, let's get to the chat. Shout out to Sharon. Please tell me, why do you guys care about the NBA Cup nonsense? Listen, we're content creators. Content creators create content. You know how many topics I talk about on this channel I don't give a damn about? We had a whole show on what's wrong with Cat. I didn't want to do that show because I wasn't worried about Cat, right? But that was the talk in the Twitter and the Nick fan community. So
But
you
also,
content creators, you cover it.
I don't. It's not us. I don't like. I don't particularly care about the NBA Cup, but it's just what's happening. That's just what
Right.
it is.
Right.
You know, we don't care about the players. Care about it. Like they, you know, the players they're excited. They're looking for it, and you see they're playing hard. And another thing you probably notice also is like when they're playing those cup games. You know how the first tiebreaker is how many points you score.
Right.
So they could be pounding the other team up by 30 with 10 seconds left. They're gonna try to score that. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. So there are a lot of things in there that it's interesting. But nobody really cares about it, or at least it's something else. You know, it's just more games to watch. You know,
Yeah.
we
Shout out
hoops
to
fans
Dwayne
and
Dennis. I think it's more for the league than it is for the fans. It's meant to keep fan interest and league ratings optimal during the beginning of the season, although it is for both the fans and the league. And I think they said as much, when they came up with the NBA Cup, right? That it didn't seem like fans were engaged until after Christmas, and they wanted to, create some excitement. Shout out to Jerrell. That's right, my brother. Listen,
well,
listen. I see you. I see you. Listen, I sit with you most Tuesdays, and I see your graphics on the Giant Show. So I'm just trying to step it up a little bit. All right. Um, it would be great to win the NBA Cup just for team morale, as well as extra money for the bench players and coaches. I believe coaches get um, a cut as well. Shout out to Ally Wise. Appreciate you. What you were
shout
gonna
out
say,
to,
AJ?
that's just shout out to Alloys. No, I wasn't gonna say anything. Well, actually, yeah, it's money, yeah, but I think it's the fact that they're playing for something in the middle of December. I mean, those guys. I mean, it's not like they're not losing any sleep over that money that they get in the NBA Cup.
The end of the benches.
At the end of the bench is
Yeah. The end of the the end of the benches is, if you go all the way, if you win it, that might be double this. That might be double their salary for the end of the bench guy.
like who? Those guys get paid more. All those guys getting paid, man. Even the guys at the end of the bench. I mean, that is something. Don't get
But
me wrong.
listen, if let's just say you at the end of the bench and you're making $2 million a year, and then you win the NBA Cup and you make an additional 750. That's almost that's
Uh,
almost 50% of what you're making. I mean, that's a big deal.
no, it is. It
Should
is.
somebody give me 50 more percent of my salary? Shoot.
No, I don't want percentage. Somebody give me 750. Like straight up. Somebody give me 750. I'll be happy.
David Smith, shout out to you. Appreciate you joining us.
Shout out David Smith.
No, the game is tomorrow, Tuesday. So this is our weekly, the weekly show where we kind of preview the games of the week. So Tuesday it's Toronto, and Saturday it's either Miami or
Orlando.
if we win, we're gonna play Miami or Orlando. Benji pointed out if we lose, we'll play one of those teams on Sunday, December 14th at home. David Smith wants to know, why should Cat rush back from an injured calf for this ungrateful fan base? Because it's not about the fan base. It's about his teammates, and if he can't go, he can't go. But, if he can, it's about what the Knicks are trying to do.
Man, shout out to David Smith, man. He is relentless with the cat stuff.
I need somebody to love me like he loves.
you know? I'd be on cloud 9.
And he comes strong with it. There's no let up at all. Oh, goodness. Appreciate you, David Smith. DopeSoulSports Rex. Knicks are 0-3 without Deuce. Jordan Clarkson and Yabu better straighten up. It's an opportunity. I mean, the Knicks have been really good with players stepping up. OG missed, how many games did OG miss? 8, 10, whatever it was. I thought the Knicks, we're better with him, no doubt about it. But I thought the Knicks played well in his absence. Cat was out. I thought Robinson and Hawkporty stepped up. Kolick has been getting in more minutes with Shamit out. That probably will continue with Deuce McBride out. He's been stepping up. Like they've really been taking the heart. Next man up. I mean, after a while, you run out of men because every time you turn around, somebody else is out.
Right.
Okay. Okay. All righty. Cody Music. That like button basketball animation is. I didn't even notice that. I didn't know it was an animation. I thought it was just flat. I got to check that out. Thank you for joining us, Docosaurus Rex. They're number 1 or number 2 in pace, super high pace team. And Bam Adebayo kill us. Talking about
Miami.
Yeah,
but the first game against us, he didn't kill us though. Like he was there, like he played, but like we didn't lose that game because of Bam. And he didn't play the second game, so. But typically he does give us a lot of problems.
Nearly every single action involving Clarkson last night was botched in one way or another. I need him to wake up and dial in. That sounds like playoff words. We just game 25, but I hear you. I hear you, Cody. He needs to wake up. Oh boy.
Queen and Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges. Them airhead turnovers they make. I just please have those turnovers in the first quarter. Just get it out the way. Like they both of them, they do these crazy plays. There's 2 plays. Each one of them will do 2 plays a game that be like, what was that? Oh, Queen, by the way, what was that with Bane throwing the ball at? What was that about?
Only thing I could think of is he had a brain fog because he was already in bounds.
Why did I just turn around and go with the ball? Like, what was he doing?
Yeah. Maybe he had a Josh Hart moment and I don't know. And he was like what? Like, I'm making a basketball player. Like, you're standing in bounds with the ball. There's no need to do that.
Yeah, and OG gave a nice little shoulder rub. Yeah, I didn't know what that was at all, man.
D. Willis, is that you, sis? Let me know. We have to force feed Clarkson, let him know we need him. Pass the ball, Cap. If you know, you know. We have to let him know we need him to pass the ball, Cap.
But he's been passing the ball though. More than I thought he would, because Jordan Clarkson, you expect him to just put him up, right? But a lot of time he's made plays, involve other people.
Yeah. It wasn't. Listen, what does Geoff call it? The Jordan Clarkson experience. Some games he's gonna be, on point, and other games, he's not. The thing about it is you can shoot poorly and still play well, and that's what we need from Clarkson.
Oh, look, David Smith said Desmond Bain, he got charged he got fined $35,000 for that.
He did.
That was silly. I don't know. That's very costly.
He should have got ejected, right?
Yeah, he should have got ejected.
What's that?
Like, what are we doing here, man?
Walter White, Huck Porty was in enforcement mode Sunday. Yeah, he played well. Yeah. B. Willis, coach, when a team player is cooking, she going all the way back to Boston. Get the ball out of their hands. Celtic Brown, double or triple team them. Yeah, sis, if this is the B. Willis that I'm thinking, yeah, I thought, I thought the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, look at Jerrell. Let me put this up.
Okay, yeah, put it up.
I was gonna bring that up. Now I don't want nobody to fight Bane, man. Bane looked like he spent about 6 hours lifting weight every day. I don't want none of our guys to mess with that, man. Just like try to check him on basketball plays, man. You know, that guy, he's short and thick. I don't want none of our guys to mess with him.
Yeah. 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 Oh boy. Here we go. Let me see.
Oh, shout out to Wiz.
Put it. Yeah. Put it up.
No, he just said uh update on Deuce is not major. Probably 2 weeks. He averaged 22 minutes per game at $4 million, 50K game bargain. Man, damn, Wiz try to put a lot in there.
Yeah.
Update on the injury, but
2 weeks, but 2 weeks. That's significant.
That's a lot.
That's significant. I mean, to me, this team is good because of all the pieces that we have.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. We'll do our best. Listen, if we can make up for OG and do well, hopefully we'll be able to make up for Deuce as well. Josh Hart is way worse on turnovers than Mikal Bridges. Not even comparable. Mikal Bridges is number 8 in the NBA for assist to turnover ratio. Appreciate that. Okay. I still think we need a team enforcer. Yeah, you and Ajay. Ajay thinks we need one too. He wants a power forward. I want a power forward,
preferably at the 4. Yep.
I'm thinking a 3-and-D power forward like a Tari Eason, and Ajay wants a throwback like a Mason Oakley.
Yep. Like what's his name that plays in Detroit, coming off the bench? The guy,
Stewie.
Stewie. He's more of an enforcer than a basketball player.
Yeah. Cat is 23.8, 11 rebounds for his career on 50, 40, 83. That's more consistent than all the power forwards you name.
Don't disagree.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with Cat at all. Okay. All right.
Jerrell, yeah, we are 0-3 without him. Somebody else mentioned that too.
Yeah. Might be a problem we didn't realize we had. Yeah. All right. Listen, shout out to the chat. We'll be back next Monday. The show will continue to evolve over time.
We always try to keep it under an hour. Queen, we did good today.
We did good. We did good today.
And hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out.
Yep.
And yeah.
Any last words?
Shout
out to the replay gang and the silent listeners as well. We appreciate you.
Wait, so we play tomorrow? Thursday? What are we doing?
Nothing. Yeah, we'll be doing the weekly show Thursday.
The weekly show Thursday. Okay, so we're good.
Yeah, and Geoff and I'll do the recap of the Toronto game Wednesday 12:30.
Okay. Is that we play Saturday then, right?
If we win.
If we win, we play Saturday. If not, we play Sunday.
The 14th.
I don't see
the 14th Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, we play Sunday. Okay.
I don't see.
So there'll be 2 games this week, regardless.
Yeah.
I could have snuck a little cruise in here this week.
Look at you! Look at you!
got a gap. I'm actually going back to Ghana at the end of February, but for the first time, I'm going to attempt to work and do the show from there, and let's see if I could deal with the time differences like
Good
5
Lord.
hours.
They're 5 hours ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, 5 hours behind. So when we do, is that ahead?
Oh boy.
Ahead. So like when we do the 9 p.m. show, it'll be 2:00 there.
How is it just 5 hours ahead? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Sometimes it's 6, depending on daylight savings for us. Yeah. But I'll be doing the show. At least I'm there for 2 weeks. I'll do at least one of them. I'll let you know how my recovery is.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, family, we will see you Wednesday for the recap show, Thursday for the weekly show. Until next time, appreciate you.
Peace.
Sister, you one of a kind.
Yes.
Oh, sister, it's time you
That's her.
shine. Dope Soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dope Soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dope Soul.
What?
Dope Soul.
What?
Your soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Queen, I didn't hear the song.